In the understanding of human body or human existence, as per the modern science, it is limited only to the gross understanding or the physical understanding. But the yogic scriptures do not stop only with the gross understanding, but it goes a bit subtle and then also to the causal, the reason of why this whole human existence is existing. So based on that understanding, according to the yoga scriptures, we have the human existence to be understood in three levels, which are the gross, subtle and causal. So the human body itself is therefore classified as the gross body, which is called the Stula Shareera in Sanskrita, the Sukshma Shareera or the subtle body in English, and then the Karana Shareera or the causal body in English. So Stula, Sukshma, Karana, gross, subtle and causal. Now these three, how do we understand it further? For this we need to first understand the concept of the Pancha Kosha, and then how these 5 sheets of human existence is further classified into these 3 we can correlate and understand. Now for example, let us take that we are making a journey. I have to go from one place to the other. In order to accomplish this journey, we take a vehicle. Similarly, in this journey of life, we have this human body as a vehicle. In yogic understanding, we never take the body to be the complete me. Body is mine, but I am not this body. The body is mine, my body, this is my body, but I am not this body. The body is only the vehicle to make me to travel. There is something called me, the self, which is traveling in this vehicle of the human body. So this traveling vehicle, the human body as such, which is the gross body, in the anatomical understanding, the skeletal-muscular system with which it is covered, and within which we see again the other systems also put together, the respiratory system, circulatory system, nervous system, the endocrine system, digestive system, excretory and reproductive, all put together. It is just the human physical body which is called the Annamaya Kosha. So according to the yogic terminology, this whole of this anatomical and physiological body, this is called the Annamaya Kosha. Anna here means the matter. Anna also means the food. This body which is sustained because of food, the Anna. This body which is just the gross matter, it is called Annamaya Kosha. Kosha means a sheet, a cover. So the self which is covered by this physical sheet of Annamaya Kosha. This is just the duty of the vehicle to travel. The vehicle is there, is that alone enough? No, we need to have the fuel, the petrol to drive this vehicle, right? So here we have the breath that we take in and the breath that we exhale out. So that breathing and the food we take, the water we take, the rest we take, everything gets converted into what is called the energy. So there is a sheet of this energy, and energy, what we simply call in English, something more subtler than that, is a vital life force energy. The energy can be different forms, but the vital life force energy is what is called as prana. So this prana is one of the most important concepts in the entire yogic study, and we need to understand it better, we need to feel it better. Without prana, there is no life. In fact, life is prana. It's a basic fabrication of the entire creation, that which is prana. So that prana which is there everywhere, all pervasive, is there in us also. So this is the next thing. After understanding the vehicle, the fuel is most important. Here, after understanding the Annamaya Kosha, the Pranamaya Kosha, which is the sheet of the vital life force energy, which is more important, that's called the Pranamaya Kosha. This is where we have further, we come back to that about the nadis, about the chakras, kundalini, all are in this Pranamaya Kosha. So this is the energy sheet of the fuel. Okay, the vehicle is there with the fuel, is that alone enough? You are driving the vehicle, suddenly the vehicle gets stopped. For some reason, you are not able to take it ahead. Everything is fine, the tire is fine, the petrol is there, everything is there, then what happened? Then you will go and open the mechanics of it and see that the problem is there with the engine, right? So the problem in the engine reflects in the vehicle. So that's where we understand after the Annamaya Kosha and Pranamaya Kosha, the third sheet, the third layer of human existence is that which is made out of the emotions, the thoughts, the mind, which is the Manomaya Kosha. Manas, when we say, it is a sheet of the emotions, thoughts, and our feelings all put together is what the mind is. So mind is nothing but the collection of thoughts. So this sheet of the Manomaya Kosha, which is having the bhavanas, the emotions, the feelings that we have, and basically the thoughts, is the Manomaya Kosha. Of course, mind has again the four facets of it. One is the identification of the mind with the self, which is called the ego or the ahankara, what we call, and the repository of all the memory, which is the chitta, and then the basic gross thoughts, which is the manas, and the intellect, which is the buddhi shakti. So manas, buddhi, chitta, ahankara, these are the four facets of the mind called the antahkarana. All these are part of the Manomaya Kosha, which is the engine. Okay, if only the engine is there, is that enough? You need a driver to drive this vehicle. That is where we have the intellect or the buddhi shakti as the driver here, right? And this is a beautiful analogy we see in the Upanishad also, given to understand the human existence, the human body as a chariot, and the sense organs as the horses, mind as the control, the lagam, or the control of all the sense organs, the horses that we have. And ultimately we see that there is the intellect which is seated on the seat of the intellect or the driver. The intellect is seated on the driver, and then it is the discriminative power. What is intellect or what is the buddhi? It is nothing but the discriminative power which is always guiding you, which is right or which is wrong. So which way to go, which way not to go, what to do and what not to do. This confusion all of us face, and when you get the first ever right kind of direction that is coming from the intellect often, that is what is buddhihi. In fact, human beings are gifted with the sixth sense, buddhir hitesham atiko viseshaha, buddhir vihina pashubhi samana, which means by using this intellect, by using the gift of the buddhi shakti, we are one way ahead. We are human. We prove to be special, but if we lose to use it, we are as good as the animals, is what this shloka says. So this sheet of the intellect or the buddhi shakti is what is called as Vijnanamaya Kosha. Vijnana is the application of knowledge, jnana. When you just know this is what it is just jnana, right? When you know how to use this jnana, how to apply it, it becomes Vijnana, Visesha Jnana. So this sheet of the intellect is called the Vijnanamaya Kosha. And then finally, the Anandamaya Kosha is the traveler who is traveling within. The Annamaya Kosha, the physical body, is just the vehicle. The Pranamaya Kosha, which is the sheet of the pranic life force energy, is the fuel. And then the engine is the mind, the Manomaya Kosha. And then the driver, the seat of driver, is the intellectual sheet, the Vijnanamaya Kosha. And finally, the passenger who is traveling, for whose travel sake the vehicle is given, for whose travel sake the fuel is given, for whose travel sake the engine is given, for whose travel sake the driver is there. But he is not all of this. He is somebody who is making it all to happen. That's why it is called the Karana, the causal. It is the Anandamaya Kosha. This Ananda or happiness that which we are looking for elsewhere is not external to us. It is very much true our own nature. We are that Ananda, we are that happiness, we are that bliss. That's what Anandamaya Kosha manifests. So, this 5 sheets of existence, the human existence, which is explained by the Taittiriya Upanishad, a very important aspect of the Vedic literature. So, in Taittiriya Upanishad, we see this as a conversation between Bhrigu asking his father Varuna, through which we get to see this, we get to understand this. So, now understanding this 5 sheets of existence with the 3 human bodies that we saw. The first, the gross aspect, the anatomical body, what we understood, the Annamaya Kosha, is what is a Stula Shareera, or the gross body. And then the next 3, the Pranamaya Kosha, and then the Manomaya Kosha, and then the Vijnanamaya Kosha. These 3 put together forms the subtle body called the Sukshma Shareera. And then finally the Anandamaya Kosha, which is manifestation of your own true self. This is the cause, the reason. The travel is the cause for the vehicle. The travel is the cause for the fuel. The travel is the cause for the engine or the driver. So your true self, the Anandamaya Kosha is the Karana Shareera or the causal body. So the three Shareera what we have, and the Stula Shareera or the gross body, Sukshma Shareera or the subtle body, the Karana Shareera or the causal body. And then this 5 Panchakoshas what we have seen, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. Complete understanding of the human existence in yogic scriptures. This is how we get to know, and maybe understand that we are not just limited to this human body, we are this Atman. Vivekananda says, why do you cry, oh my dear friend, for this physical bodily problems? You are not just this physical body. Na jadah katachit. You are not just this matter, you are not just this body, but who are you? Atmaiva hi prabhavati. Na jada katachit. You are this Atman, that bliss embodied. You are that happiness manifest. You are beyond the sorrows and miseries and all. So you are that divine is what we understand through this yogic understanding of human existence.